For thousands of years before European ships appeared on the horizon, indigenous civilizations flourished throughout North America, creating cities, trade systems, and political structures that shaped the continent. These indigenous societies developed advanced agriculture, trade networks, and alliances connecting communities across forests, rivers, plains, and mountain regions. Across the Atlantic, European kingdoms searched for faster routes to Asia to gain direct access to spices, silk, and profitable trade markets. Advances in navigation and shipbuilding encouraged explorers to sail farther into oceans once considered mysterious and dangerous. Columbus secured support from the Spanish crown, which hoped to strengthen its power through overseas trade.
We approve this voyage.
Your Majesties, I am forever grateful.
In 1492, Columbus departed Spain with 3 ships that would permanently alter world history. After weeks crossing the Atlantic Ocean, Columbus reached Caribbean islands and began sustained contact between Europe and the Americas. Columbus believed he had reached Asia and never fully realized he had encountered continents unknown to Europeans. His voyages opened centuries of exploration, colonization, migration, trade, and conflict across the Western Hemisphere. Spain rapidly established colonies throughout the Caribbean and mainland Americas, seeking wealth and territorial control. Spanish conquistadors launched expeditions searching for gold, silver, and valuable resources while expanding the influence of the Spanish Empire across newly claimed territories. Spanish settlements expanded through Mexico, Florida, California, and the American Southwest, leaving cultural influences that remain visible today. Mission systems and colonial governments introduced European political institutions and religious practices throughout the growing Spanish territories. Disease, warfare, and displacement dramatically altered indigenous populations during the earliest decades of European colonization. France entered the competition hoping to establish profitable trade networks and increase its global influence in North America. Jacques Cartier explored the St. Lawrence River region and claimed large territories for the French crown. Samuel de Champlain founded Quebec and established a permanent French presence that encouraged future exploration and trade. French traders often developed alliances with indigenous communities, creating partnerships that supported exploration and commerce. The fur trade soon became the foundation of French economic strategy throughout northern North America. French explorers expanded through the Great Lakes and followed the Mississippi River deep into the continent. England entered the race for overseas territories, determined to challenge Spanish and French influence in the New World. English explorers surveyed coastlines and mapped potential settlement areas along the eastern shores of North America. The mysterious disappearance of the Roanoke colony became one of the most enduring mysteries in American history. In 1607, Jamestown became England's first permanent colony and the beginning of British America. Disease, famine, and environmental challenges threatened the survival of the Jamestown settlers during the early years. Trade routes connected Europe, Africa, and the Americas in networks that transformed global economies. The Colombian exchange introduced crops, animals, technologies, and diseases between continents on an unprecedented scale. Corn, potatoes, horses, and cattle crossed oceans and transformed societies throughout the world. Diseases introduced from Europe devastated indigenous communities that had little natural resistance to infection. European exploration generated wealth and opportunity, while also creating exploitation and displacement. The foundations of modern America emerged during this era of exploration, colonization, and imperial rivalry. Spanish, French, and British influences continue shaping American language, law, architecture, and regional traditions today. The borders, institutions, and political systems of North America were deeply influenced by these competing empires. Understanding European exploration remains essential for understanding how the United States and modern North America developed over centuries. Tobacco cultivation transformed Virginia into a profitable colony and encouraged migration from England. Additional colonies soon appeared along the Atlantic coast and expanded British influence in North America. Many settlers crossed the Atlantic seeking economic opportunity, while others pursued religious freedom and independence. The Mayflower arrived in New England carrying settlers who would establish Plymouth Colony in 1620. Colonial populations expanded rapidly through migration, trade, agriculture, and increasing economic opportunity. Competition among European empires intensified as each sought territory, resources, and political influence throughout North America. Britain and France frequently fought over strategic locations that controlled transportation routes and valuable trade networks. Indigenous nations carefully navigated alliances with competing European powers while protecting their own interests and territories. Through tribal councils and skilled negotiations, the 7 Years' War became one of the largest global conflicts of the 18th century and transformed North America forever. Britain emerged victorious from the conflict and gained control over territories previously held by France. France surrendered most of its mainland possessions and saw its influence in North America dramatically reduced. British authority expanded across the colonies, bringing stronger administration and closer imperial oversight. To recover the costs of war, Britain imposed taxes and regulations that angered many colonists. Political disagreements gradually evolved into organized protests and demands for self-government and representation. By the late 18th century, European exploration had permanently reshaped North America's political landscape.